A long time ago, there was a boy named Samuel. His story begins even before he was born. His mother, Hannah, desperately wanted a child, but she couldn't have one. In her heartbreak, she prayed to God, promising that if he gave her a son, she would dedicate him to the Lord all the days of his life. God heard her prayer, and soon Hannah gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, which means God has heard. When Samuel was old enough, she brought him to the temple to serve under the priest Eli. One night, as Samuel was lying down, he heard a voice call his name, Samuel. He ran to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called me." But Eli said, "I didn't call you. Go back and lie down." It happened again and again. Finally, Eli realized it was God calling the boy. He told Samuel, "If you hear the voice again, say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.'" So Samuel went back, and when God called once more, Samuel answered, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." And that was the beginning of his life as a prophet. As Samuel grew, God was with him. Everyone in Israel knew he was chosen to speak God's words. At that time, the people of Israel often turned away from God and needed someone to guide them back. Samuel became that leader. He didn't lead armies or fight battles. Instead, he led with wisdom, prayer, and obedience to God. When enemies like the Philistines threatened, Samuel told the people to turn away from idols and worship God alone. And when they did, God gave them victory. But over time, the people grew restless. They wanted a king, just like the nations around them. Samuel was heartbroken. He knew God was supposed to be Israel's true king. But the people insisted, and God told Samuel, "Listen to them. They are not rejecting you. They are rejecting me as their king." So Samuel anointed Israel's first king, Saul. At first, Saul seemed like the perfect choice. Tall, strong, impressive. But Saul's heart turned away from God. He disobeyed, and Samuel had to confront him. Eventually, God rejected Saul as king. Then God sent Samuel to the house of Jesse to anoint a new king. One by one, Jesse's sons came before him. Each time Samuel thought, "This must be the one." But God said no. Finally, the youngest son, David, was brought in from tending the sheep. God said, "This is the one." And Samuel anointed David as the future king of Israel. Samuel continued to guide the nation for many years. He prayed for them, warned them when they strayed, and reminded them that God was their true king. When he died, all of Israel mourned, because he had been faithful from his youth to his old age. So what do we learn from Samuel's life? First, God hears prayer. Just as he heard Hannah, he hears us. Second, God calls ordinary people. Samuel was just a boy when God spoke to him. Third, listening matters. Samuel's words, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening," can be our prayer too. Fourth, obedience is more important than appearances. Saul looked the part, but David had the heart. God values integrity above image. And finally, God is our true king. No leader, no matter how powerful, can take his place. The story of Samuel reminds us that God still speaks and he still calls. The question is, are we listening? Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening.